My name's Drew Vanders, and today I'm going to be talking about how Mojang wants to nerf Mending.
Please, no! No!
And by that, I mean that they want to nerf the trading from the villagers from Mending, because this game is kind of mostly based around trading with the villagers now than it used to be about mining. At least it is for more of the experienced members of the Minecraft community and the YouTubers as well. I do not think that they should nerf Mending, but if they do, they have to buff something else if they're going to nerf the villager trades. So if they nerf the enchantment villager trades, I think they should buff the enchantment table so that the enchantment table is the main way of getting enchantments. Like the way it was originally thought. All of you animals are in my way. It's too loud and I hate it. Well, after seeing how many animals there were up on this hill, I decided to relocate. One of my main ideas on how to buff the enchantment table is that you put something in here and you still have all of this normal way that you can do stuff. However, I think that if you were, say, to put in a single block of lapis, that would allow you to choose an enchantment of a level 1 enchantment, like Unbreaking level 1. If you put 2 blocks of lapis inside of here, you would be able to, say, get Unbreaking level 2, and so on and so forth. So if you wanted a level 5 enchantment, say if you wanted efficiency 5, so you can mine really fast, you would have to put in 5 blocks of lapis to be able to select that, and you'd be able to select it not having some random thing set up, and you could go down and select it and scroll down. So the main idea is that instead of having random enchantments that pop up, you would be able to spend more lapis to be able to choose a selection of all of the enchantments that you can get. But I don't think it should be that easy to get it. I think that you should be able to have to unlock something to be able to get it. Say, like, you either have to put in a book of Mending, or you go out exploring and you find something, say like a page of Mending, something you can't actually use to get Mending, but you can put inside of the enchantment table, and it unlocks you to be able to get Mending from the enchantment table. And then you would have to, because Mending is such a good level thing, you would have to then put 5 blocks of lapis lazuli to be able to get Mending 1. And doing it like this, I think it would make it more of a mining game, like how Minecraft was originally intended to be, where you have to go out and mine, and it would put more of a use to the lapis blocks, because the only thing that you really use lapis blocks, you're gonna use in the entire game less than 64 lapis for enchantments for most players. So having to be able to spend blocks of lapis to be able to select exactly what enchantment you want, I think that would be really good, and it might even cost more in experience levels. Or you might just have to have more books around the enchantment table as well, so you would have to have 22 bookshelves instead of having 15 bookshelves out as normal. And once you have this more amount of bookshelves, you'd be able to then start selecting enchantments and having to spend lapis blocks instead. And another thing that they can do, you could make it so that you would have to be able to select your enchantments. You would have to be able to get a very special block, kind of like a bookshelf, but it's like a superior bookshelf that's harder to get. Say if you have to fight like a mini boss or something to get it, and then you're able to select exactly what enchantments you want, so that there's a bit more work going into it. That's not just gathering villagers and putting them inside of a hole and forcing them to live out the rest of their days as slaves in your Minecraft game. Instead of promoting slavery, you can promote boss fights and mining and still be able to get what everybody wants. The other fix to being able to having Mending being stuck onto people from only swamp villagers is that you can be able to change the biome that you're in. If there was a way to be able to change the biome you're in, I'd be okay with the changes added to Mending for all the enchantments for the villagers trading. But it shouldn't be an easy thing to be able to do, so like it had to be very difficult to be able to do. I don't know how it would be implemented. So like maybe you would end up fighting a boss, and that allows you to gives you an item that gives you an ability to change the biome that you're in for like a 10 block radius around the block. And that way you could put that block around your villager beetle. And if you wanted swamp villagers, you could be able to get swamp villagers from a villager beetle. But if you wanted a different type of villager from a different area, you'd have to make an entirely different villager beetle to be able to get exactly what you want. So that would promote more villager breeders. I think both would be fine to put in. So if you put in something that buffs the enchantment table and also allows you to be able to change what biome it is, it would also be really useful to be able to do that for like building sake and survival. So say if you're really sick of having like a snow biome everywhere you're around, you could change it after defeating like a boss and being able to get an item that allows you to change the biome. So I recorded this before Minecraft Live happened, and the new Bizu mob, whatever you call it, I'm pretty sure that's what you call it, that could end up dropping an item that you would have to go to another biome to be able to combine that item with, you use it like kind of like a map. So it's like an area of effect. So if you're in a biome, it would be able to select that biome, mix it into a block, and you can go back to your base and place it down, and then you have that biome within that certain amount of area. It could drop from the new Vizu mob, which I think that would work well because I feel like that boss is more like that mob is more like a boss than it is a mob, or like a mini boss. I feel like it's more like a mini boss. I think it's Minecraft's new mini boss. Another idea on how to get mending into the game that's not as easy to get, but in the game, is to have a boss that you kill the boss and it drops a mending book. Or you could have a dungeon or a castle where you have to go through the entire thing and fight a mini boss to be able to get a mending book, or something with a boss that drops it, or the ability to get it. In other words, I would really love another boss added into the game, in the overworld specifically. But the boss could also have like a summoning requirement, so you'd have to get a certain amount of items to be able to summon the boss. So like say an iron golem, you have to get 4 blocks of iron and a pumpkin head to be able to summon an iron golem. For the boss, it would be a similar type of thing. You would have to say get whatever types of blocks, place them down, and then the boss spawns. And it could just be like a gold golem, where you have to get a gilded blackstone from the nether, so you actually have to like progress in the game quite a bit and then get some gold blocks, and then you can make that into a golem and it spawns a boss where if you defeat that boss you would be able to get a mending book. And if you die while fighting the boss despawns along with all the resources taking to get that boss to come in. Oh, look at that. The rain just ended too, so that means all of these ideas probably might be good enough to replace for them to nerf the enchantment trading, so they would have to buff something else. That's my main opinion about them nerfing mending or enchantment trading with the villagers. You would have to buff something. So you can't just have the balance completely reworked. You can have it reworked in a separate way that promotes mining more, or boss fighting, or combat. I think we should be promoting mining and combat more than we should be doing with slavery in Minecraft. Because we all know that the great YouTubers all do slavery. You just don't call it that. It's like slavery with extra steps.
Well, that just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
Well, anyways, thank you for watching my Minecraft TED Talk. If you liked the video, please like and comment down below. It'd be fantastic if you gave me a sub sandwich. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.